He saw that although the gate was very shabby and made of 2 wooden doors, there was a gatehouse above it, so it was not easy to climb over directly. There were many logs piled up beside the low walls on both sides of the gate. Yang Xinhai stepped on the logs and climbed over the east wall of the gate into the yard. There were 3 main rooms facing south in the north of the yard, and a kitchen in the east with the door facing west. The houses were very shabby. He tiptoed to the door of the main house and saw that it was a double wooden door. He knew there must be a bolt behind it. He took out his fruit knife, inserted it through the crack of the door, silently unbolted it, and gently pushed the door open a crack. Then he slipped in through the crack. Yang Xinhai thought a woman would be easy to deal with, so he didn't kill her right away. Instead, he first cut the pull cord of the light switch in the west room and then walked towards the bed. He rummaged through the drawers, beds, and cabinets, but found nothing. He took a breath and then vented his evil desires on the bodies of the 2 girls. After the crime, the Zhengzhou Public Security Bureau thought the case was very serious and immediately reported it to the Nanyang Public Security Bureau. The criminal policemen from both agencies quickly rushed to the crime scene, and since he didn't kill anyone this time, the police wouldn't pay too much attention, so he didn't run far and still hung around Menglu town, Zhengzhou City, waiting for another chance to commit a crime. In late July 2002, taking advantage of the market day in Menlu town, Yang Xinhai mingled with the crowd and bought tools for his crimes in the town. He first spent more than 7 yuan on a 4-pound 8-edged hammer at a street stall. The hammerhead was about 1 1/3 feet long. However, recording Yang Xinhai's DNA profile, again in the case, undoubtedly advanced the investigation of Yang Xinhai's case one step further. The woman was sleeping soundly. Suddenly, she felt someone standing by the bed and woke up with a start. "Shi Li Shen Windao, who are you?" Yang Xinhai didn't say a word. Instead, he pounced on the woman. The woman fought back and reached for the light switch pull cord. Yang Xinhai whispered a warning. "If you move, I'll stab you." Then he grabbed her by the neck. The woman was so scared that she withdrew her hand. Yang Xinhai stopped choking her. In the pitch black night, with no one around, the innocent woman called out for help, but got no response. She had no choice but to let this cold-blooded killer have his way with her. This was another crime committed by the serial killer Yang Xinhai against an innocent person. Fortunately, this time Yang Xinhai didn't kill the woman, and she managed to survive. Unfortunately, when the victim described the incident to the police, she misheard Yang Xinhai's voice as that of a villager in her own village. The criminal technology identification experts from the Nanyang Public Security Bureau in Hunan province detected a small amount of semen from the on-site extracts sent for inspection. The Nanyang Public Security Bureau sent the hair and semen left at the scene to the Hubei Provincial Public Security Department for forensic science and technology identification. He found a standalone courtyard in the southwest corner of the village. The main house consisted of 3 brick and tile houses facing south. In front of the main house, there was a low earthen wall on 3 sides. It was far from other households, easy to enter and escape from, and not easily noticed, so he chose this family as his target. Around midnight that night, Yang Xinhai climbed over the low earthen wall and jumped into the yard. During the on-site investigation, the police found that the body of the victim, Shang Kunying, was covered with a sheet with white, grey and black blue patches. There was hair on her left finger. The bodies of the 2 girls were covered with a greyish-white quilt. There was still a large amount of blood and a small amount of hair. If it was broad daylight after the crime, he would be easily found by the villagers and couldn't escape, so the timid Yang Xinhai quickly retreated outside Beilu village. He took off the old man's clothes and stuffed them into a haystack in the northeast of the village for future use. Then he wandered around like a ghost. At around 12 o'clock on the night of July 27, 2002, Yang Xinhai came to this small courtyard again. Fortunately, the Zhengzhou police ruled out this false accusation during the investigation. Otherwise, there might have been another wrongful conviction, and a third person would have taken the blame for Yang Xinhai's after Yang Xinhai's case was solved. The victim finally realized what had happened. She angrily said, "Yang Xinhai deserves to be executed 1,000 times over." After the crime in Menglu town, Yang Xinhai thought that since it was a dark night, the victim wouldn't recognize him. Timid as a mouse and bold as a lion, Yang Xinhai started his life on the run again. Constantly on the move, 20 days later, he arrived in the area of Zhengzhou in Nanyang City. He bought new tools for his crimes, such as a fruit knife and a flashlight, and began looking for targets again on the night of July 21, 2002. Yang Xinhai carried tools like a fruit knife and a flashlight and sneaked into a village in Menglu town, Zhengzhou City. He also stole an old man's clothes in a village after getting all the tools ready. Yang Xinhai rode a stolen bicycle with some cheap things like balloons and nail clippers on it, pretending to be a small time vendor. He wandered around Menglu town, Zhengzhou City. One afternoon, he found a target in Beilu village. Menlu town. There was an independent courtyard in the southeast corner of Beilu village. The courtyard gate faced south. The identification results confirmed that a mixed DNA of a man and a woman was detected from the scent for inspection semen, and part of the DNA pattern was consistent with the DNA in the hair left at the scene. This was the second time that Yang Xinhai's DNA profile was detected from the on-site extracts sent for inspection, but because there are so many people, and Yang Xinhai was hiding among the crowd, the police couldn't find him at once. An old man was sleeping in the main room, and an old woman and 2 little girls were sleeping in the kitchen. Both doors were not closed. Yang Xinhai came here because he saw the little girl the day before now. Seeing there was another little girl, he was secretly delighted, which made him even more brutal in his crime. Yang Xinhai rushed into the main room, first knocked the old man unconscious with the hammer, then stabbed his heart with the scissors and cut his throat. At 4 o'clock in the summer morning, it was getting a bit light, but Yang Xinhai found it was still very quiet around. He quickly got up and went to the courtyard in the southeast corner of Beilu village, but because he started too late, it was almost dawn when he got there. He calculated the time and thought the 2 old people should be waking up soon. If he went in and was discovered, he couldn't carry out his plan. Moreover, even if he wasn't discovered, the time was too short. An old couple in their 70s and a 14 or 15-year-old girl lived in the yard. The innocent and lovely girl caught his eye. Yang Xinhai immediately decided to target this family. That night, Yang Xinhai slept on a field not far from Beilu village, using the stolen old man's clothes and the newly bought tools as a pillow, maybe because he was too tired. He slept soundly when he woke up. It was already past 3 o'clock in the morning. He held the hammer by the handle and tried it out. He blurted out, "Good. It works well." As soon as he said it, he realized his mistake and shivered. He slowly looked up at the hammer seller and saw that the man was busy with his business and didn't pay attention to what he said. Then he felt relieved, quickly put the hammer in a plastic bag, paid for it, and left the stall. He went to another stall and spent 4 yuans on a pair of scissors. Then he bought gloves and a flashlight at a department store. Then he covered the old man's head with a quilt and turned to the kitchen. He hit the old woman and the little girl sleeping with her with the hammer. After Yang Xinhai was arrested, the investigators asked him, "The people were already dead. Why did you still cut their throats?" Yang Xinhai replied, "I didn't want them to scream. And I was afraid they would wake up and scream after killing the 4 people in this family." He started looking for money in the 2 rooms,